Hello and welcome to ALM for you. Let's see how do we use releases in a project in SAP Cloud ALM. So in the previous videos, you may have seen that you can create a release within a deployment plan. Then you need to assign the deployment plan to the project, and only then the release information becomes available for the project. So once it is available, what can you do with that? Where can you assign this release information and how does it help? So let's find out. You can assign release to multiple entities. So as an example, requirements, features, and user stories. But the only point to remember is when you assign it to the requirement, it's called a requested release. And when you assign it to a feature, it's called a release. Why so? Because the business only can request that this is our intention, this is our wish that you deliver this by so and so date. And that's what the requirement tells by assigning itself to a requested release. Whereas then subsequent things happen, user stories are created, life happens, and then ultimately when it comes to the deployment time, then the feature is the carrier of that information, and then the release and deployment manager assigns the actual release to the feature. So that's where in the feature side, it's just called release, but they mean the same thing. So I'm logged on to the tenant in the requirements application. And the first thing that you may notice is my view may be very different from your view. How is so? It's because I have customized it. I have added this attribute requested release in the filters as well as in the results column. If you are not familiar with that, then watch carefully. For the filter panel, you can go to this adapt filters. And in this, you can pick the required attribute and you can select it. In this, it's already selected. And you can do the same for column settings. You can even change the order of columns. And after you are done with the adjustments, then I definitely recommend you save your view. You can create as many views as you want, and you can make a particular view as default, which makes the whole process pretty efficient. And now, as you see, I have multiple requirements, and as a business user, now I want to give a hint to the priority to the development teams. So I can say, you know what, these three things really are important, so do them first. And I can indicate by selecting the requirements, going to the mass edit, and in the requested release, I just say release 1. And I save my preferences. Then I can say, okay, material handling procedures, maybe not that critical. And I say, it's okay if I get it by release 2. And similarly, you can mention your preference. So maybe last example, quickly, compliance report, it's more complicated, and that's really fine if I get it by release 3. And it's a requested release. That means it has no direct impact. It's more or less a notional thing. But still, what is the advantage of doing it? So you can then go to this group by view, and you can use group by requested release. And as you see, then at least you get a rough idea on how you have outlined your priority to the development. And you can also use the priority field. This is also one additional option. But here, from a reporting perspective, the requested release is a much stronger filter criteria in many reports. You can do similar thing on the feature side. So let's assign a couple of features. So now in my features application, and I can quickly select a particular feature and then go to the details, use the global edit. And here I have my release assignment. So that's how it's very easy to assign entities to a release, and then you can use that in the reporting. So let's quickly see what is the impact of this to our release and timelines report, which I can easily get by going to the Launchpad and clicking on the tile release and timelines. So this report, release and timelines, can help you filter different releases that exist in a deployment plan. So here my focus is release 1, and that's what I have filtered on. And I see that there are 3 features and they are in different stages as indicated by the chart below. So as the release manager, I get a comfortable feeling that yes, people have already started working on the release. I can see the different states of those features as they move. And I can do the same thing for requirement. And in case you don't get any information, then you also may want to select your status values. And then you see the list of requirements and how they are in different statuses. So that's a very short overview on how you can use release in a project. Thanks for watching this video and have a great day. Bye bye.